So Paul is not necessarily talking about leaven itself, right? That's kind of morally neutral. And even when he talks about sin, he talks about the kingdom, he's talking about what leaven does. What does it achieve? And the answer to that is that it permeates, right? And it doesn't take a whole lot. It just takes a little bit. So if you're thinking as a baker would, and that's the illustration that Jesus gave, a little bit of leaven that goes into a lump of dough, right? It works its way through the entire batch. That's the nature of leaven. And sin has that effect, but the kingdom of God has that effect too. But right now, he's pointing to the sinful side of things, and he's really kind of calling out the false teachers, right, the Judaizers that we see, that they've been sowing this leaven into the Galatian church. So he wants to address that. But now he's connecting the thought of leaven, right, and the understanding that it permeates everything, and he's connecting that with persuasion. He's helping the Galatians see, because clearly they don't see that for themselves, right, that they have been persuaded by the Judaizers. And it's working its way through the entire congregation. Right? And we've seen that over the past, 5, 6, 7 weeks of Paul hammering out what they are doing and the nature of their message and circumcision and obedience to the law to attain righteousness and how all of that leads to slavery. But that's the leaven that is being introduced. And he wants them to see it. Like, you're getting derailed. You were running well. When I was with you, you were receiving the right message. The message that I was given by Christ himself, says Paul, to you, right? That's the true message. But what you've been persuaded by, and bewitched is a word that he's used in previous chapters, is by what these false teachers are teaching. And it's not the gospel at all. Like I said that it was a distortion, but really it's no gospel at all. Right, but that's permeated your mind to the point where you're fully persuaded. And anyone who is fully persuaded of something, right, you just kind of naturally reject all the other voices because you don't need to hear it anymore. I'm fully persuaded of this one point of view, so I'm going to neglect the other one. So he's calling that out.